Yesterday on The View, otherwise known as Hell's DMV, Whoopi Goldberg asked how much different are the values of the Trump administration from the Taliban.
We have a leader who has repeatedly demeaned women,
right,
wants to defund organizations that benefit women, calling on the media to shut up, specifically wants to give preferential treatment based on religion. Are these values really much different than the Taliban's? If you're saying to the media, shut up, that's what they do. Maybe they didn't start out chopping people's heads off. Maybe they started out differently. It's tricky because we're saying to people, here are our American values, and then we're saying at the same token, stuff that sounds exactly like the stuff we're fighting.
Wow. Talk about groundbreaking to actually hear a celebrity say something mean about the Taliban. How dare they compare them to Trump? The Taliban should sue. Guess they ran out of Hitler analogies. So as they bash the president, I'm reminded how entertainers rarely express any rage over any strand of misogynist Islamism. If they did, we might take their rage toward Trump seriously. A reminder, the Taliban throw acid in girls' faces for going to school. Yeah, I guess that's like defunding Planned Parenthood. Radical Islam is all for killing gays, and I guess that's the same as making some rude jokes. No, Trump's past rudeness is a product of a rude culture, one fed and fattened by a coarse entertainment industry. Whoopee. Anyway, the immigration pause is meant to separate homicidal maniacs from innocent Muslims. Equating the butchers with those bent on stopping them is pure, mindless relativism, i.e. the View's bread and butter. But perhaps the greatest result from Trump's executive order, liberal website Vox suggests canceling the Oscars. Canceling the Oscars as a protest. If Trump's executive order succeeds in killing 3 hours of sanctimonious bedwetting grandstanding, then let's call it right now. Clear out space on Mount Rushmore because Donald Trump may be the greatest president we've ever had.
It's just been a couple weeks.
Yes. Dana, what do you make of Whoopi's analysis of misogynist activity going around the world?
Well, I'm sure she was speaking in hyperbole, okay? However, the danger of that is to take away from what the Taliban actually does.
Right.
Not, throwing acid in girls' faces, preventing women from working, denying them an education, when in fact what President Trump has been talking about and campaigning on is more economic opportunity for all. And in fact, his daughter, Ivanka Trump, her whole campaign or her whole policy platform is going to be about empowering women. So the comparison is so ridiculous, it's ludicrous, and it undercuts what Americans should be trying to do to help the girls of Afghanistan, because we now actually know that the Taliban is a larger number in Afghanistan than 8 years ago.
They would execute everybody on The View. And they would start with Whoopi first because she's the most liberal or whatever. They would hate her more than anybody. What gets KG, the audience didn't even say anything. Like the audience
it was pretty outrageous. I mean, when I think about all the atrocities and crimes against women and children that have been created, and occurred at the behest of the Taliban, and people being stoned to death, women buried up with just their head exposed for the slightest kind of a behavior that they deemed to be
married off his children.
Yeah, married off his children, noses cut off of their face, acid thrown on them. I mean, horrific conduct that they should be protesting. Why don't they protest about that conduct or what happens to women and children over there?
Yeah, join us.
It's a good point, Eric.
Have your help.
It's just easier to go after Trump.
Well, it's the most severe case of Trump derangement syndrome I've seen. And clearly there's a lot of it going around in Hollywood, but look, Joy Behar does the same thing. I've spent time on that show, and they really didn't like Trump from the very get-go, and nor did the audience. So, it's kind of a rough thing when you're going back and forth with them. You're trying to say, this is why I think it would be good. And the audience is like, and then they say, this is why he's terrible. And I was like, it's great. But I do think...
You feel bad for Jedediah.
Yeah, poor Jed's still there going, how do I handle this? Kind of like what... I do think that canceling the Oscars would be bad for us, though.
Yeah,
there's so much material on that day.
I was going to say, they probably should cancel it to spare Hollywood the more embarrassment.
Or cancel half of it.
And a bad ratings.
Cancel half
Poor
of it?
ratings.
Cancel half of the Oscar.
Well, I see that on on the internet, boy, the right wing has all sorts of hashtags about cancel it, end it, Hollywood is terrible, all the rest. So I guess people are having a lot of fun with it, and I think you can have fun with what Whoopi Goldberg said. But I just want to say what Whoopi said has some merit to it. It was a powerful analogy. It's got all of us talking. Nothing wrong about Trump telling.
Compared to the Taliban?
Didn't Steve Bannon say shut up to the media?
Oh my God, the Taliban kills the media.
I forgot. Oh, and didn't
He said,
they say we
Get
should
it right.
get a religious preference in terms of immigrants? Oh, I forgot
No.
about that. Yeah.
No, he
Oh,
didn't.
yes,
No,
he
he
did.
didn't.
Oh, and what about demeaning remarks about what?
But no, you're falling in with the trap.
No,
You're actually comparing that to what the Taliban does.
No, what I'm doing is saying I think Whoopi Goldberg wanted us to think about the kind of attitude, the bullying that we've seen.
And when we
just
think
like
about
the
it,
Taliban.
Oh, no.
Just like the Taliban.
But the
You're
problem
even
is-
thinking about how stupid the analogy is.
You can argue that because it's clear hyperbole, as Dana was saying. But did it make us think? And did it make
No.
us stop?
No.
Oh yeah, that's why we're doing
because
this
it's
segment.
absurd.
No, I'm
That's
pointing,
why
out
we're doing
the,
this segment.
I'm pointing out that only stupid people engage in relativistic thinking.
Well, it's so
All right?
hugely
Even if
disrespectful
Whoopi
and
is not
ignorant
stupid,
about
she
women.
made a stupid analogy. I forgive you, Whoopi, for now. All right. President Trump invited African American leaders to the White House today. We once again addressed the bloodbath in Chicago. More on that next.